Hello everyone. Today I'm going to teach all how to make a spark plug on a 1/25 scale. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. This is going to be done with a 6-point hex aluminum tubing and a electrical miniature wire plus a stainless steel. All right, try to get the camera to concentrate in there so you guys can see what the spark plug look like. See it right there. All right, so this is what it requires. This right here, it's a Bugs pen. All this stuff is sold on Amazon. This is a pen. You can see them on Amazon. It's a stainless steel specimen pen. And this is a 00, which 00 millimeters is a 0.27 millimeters. That's what the thickness of it is. It's sturdy, but it's still a little flexible, right? Next in line, it's a hard wire. Okay, this hard wire, let me bring the focus down a little bit so you guys can see. Okay, this wire right here, it's a 30 gauge wire. Once again, you can find them on Amazon. And the inner part, it's I believe it's under like a 0.26 millimeter. It's a 30 gauge solid Kinnear wire. It's sold by a company in Amazon. It's called EX, which stands for Electronic Express. Some of you guys probably bought that stuff from there or not. But if you search on Amazon and just put EX.Electronic Express, and it will give you the link, and you can see it on their 30 gauge on their site. You can see it on the 30 gauge solid Kinnear as a KYNAR wire, and then you'll see in there the link. So the reason why I'm choosing this wire, because it really brings it down to the scale, and that's pretty much what inside of the wideness of it is on that particular part that gives it that definition of the spark plug, which it would be the porcelain that you see on the spark plug itself. All right, what we need out of this is technically it's just a skin. That's what we need out of it. We need a skin, and the Bug pen we're going to use for to put it aside, because it's a little bit more sturdy than this. This is too much flexibility, so it won't be able to actually get done what you're looking for. Right? Next to that, it's the aluminum tubing by Albion Alloys Ltd, which once again, it's an Amazon. And this right here is this one I believe, okay, there's two in here by the same company. This package comes together as 4, And the thicker one right here, the larger one in here, let's see if I can show you guys. There we go. The larger one, it's 0.9 millimeters. And the smaller one, it's a 0. No, wait a minute. Let's see, am I right? No, this is a 0.9 and the other one's a 0.7. There we go. That's what it is. So 0.9 and 0.7, the smaller one. This right here, the 0.9 is the one that we're going to make the nut, the 6-point hex nut that goes on the spark plug. And the 0.7, it's going to be the inner post before the white wire. Okay, and pretty much, let's see, get this camera to focus in here a little bit. There we go. See the white wire in there, and then you have the hex. All right, it's going to show you that. Let's see if I can get this to close up a little bit more here so you guys can see it. There we go. So that's pretty much what we're trying to create. All right, the hex, the tubing extension, the hex over it, and then you have the white part of the wire, which is the ceramic part, and then you got the head of the metal, which will be the contact for the spark plug wire to actually contact with it. All right, doesn't have no thread on it because you need it. It's a little bit longer than it requires because you need that to actually sink it into a hole so actually it can expose it. So you got to make it a little bit longer so whatever hole you're making on your engine is going to go through it. All right, so that's pretty much on that particular part. We're going to use the same tool that I've been explaining to you guys, the chuck drill tool. That comes with two different ends. Once again, they sell these on Amazon. Everything that I usually have, most of the times I usually get it through Amazon. So let's make the nut first so we can proceed with making the hex for the hex nut for it. All right. So let me bring this down so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. All right. So we're gonna use the tool. We're gonna stick the wire or aluminum tubing into it, and then we're gonna create the hex part. All right. You can make it a little bit longer. And the reason why, because if you make it a little bit longer, then you can probably pull several knots out of it, so you don't have to do it one at a time to be able to get the ones that you need, either 4, 5, 6, or 8. Depends on the engine that you're making to be able to actually, get what you're looking for on the particular. How many do you actually need? Let's see if I can get this to lock. The other day I was having a little bit of problem with it. Same thing. We're going to use the same file that I had, the one that I told you guys that I sand down here. So we're going to use that against it to be able to actually do it. So the chuck has a 6-point hex on it, and we're going to use each flat of the hex to be able to produce it on dropping down the scale on the tubing. All right. So, like I told you guys, aluminum tubing is a little bit much softer to do, but at the same time, you have to make sure that you get it, get the square that you're looking for a little bit too much, I think, and then it will bend if you put too much force in it. So let's bring it down a little bit more. There we go. So we're gonna do this one. I'm doing it very, very soft because, like I told you guys, aluminum goes in real quick. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you're going to go one more time, clean it up, very soft. So now we have the hex already. We have the 6-point hex, right? Let me bring it up here so you guys can see it. All right. So you got the 6-point hex. Get the camera to focus right there. There we go. It's a little bright because it's aluminum, so it's going to expose it super bright. All right. So now we're going to choose the length that we need to cut it out. All right. So tie it up. I recommend right now, because of the sanding, to get a drill bit, the miniature drill bits, and put it in the inside to make sure that it's open. Sometimes when you cut it, we're gonna have to get an envelope to actually open it up so it can actually, so the other part can go in. So I'm going to use the block that I usually use to cut wire on it, but this is too small, so I'm not going to use this particular neither one of the two channels. I'm just going to go farther in with your little blade, and we're going to choose the length of what we need, or at least what we require. So it's a very small section that we're going to cut off of it, because on the actual spark plug, it's not that big. I suggest to put an aluminum part. I suggest to put the drill bit on it, so that way you can cut it a lot much cleaner and it's not going to bounce out. All right. So once again, we're going to choose the length, and we're going to cut it. All right. So we got that already there. All right. You can kind of see right there. It's already separated from it. All right. So we're going to do another one. I know you're going to have a hard time seeing it, but I'll show you guys in a minute. Right, there's the other one. All right. So now we still got more in here, but we're just going to do those two for now. All right. So now we're going to take it out of here. Okay. We're going to put it back in place to trying to see. Now you get it inside. See, now you see it. All right. It's kind of hard to focus. It doesn't quite show you, but it's there. This is some very, very small stuff. I mean, this is not your typical stuff that you're going to see. I mean, it's so cool about it though, because you can actually do a hex knot on a 0.9 millimeter aluminum tubing. Most people will not even think that it's possible, but it is, especially using aluminum tubing and then doing it yourself. All right. So now we have that already there. Now we are going to create the inner part. The inner part, you can pretty much make it about, I would say about 3.56 millimeter long. You can make it a 5. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it does, but at the same time, it doesn't, because what we need out of that is just a little bit in the channel to put the white one on it with the stainless steel pen, so we can make it more sturdy. All right. So I said about 4. I think about 4 should be fine. So once again, we're going to choose another drill bit that fits inside the 0.7 millimeter aluminum tubing. I'm going to try to kind of clean it up inside. All right. Now we're going to stick the back of it, and then we are going to cut it approximately, like I said, about 5 millimeters. 5 millimeters or so. So that's your 5 millimeters right there. You're going to come back and see if I can get, here's a little pen right here. We're going to kind of mark it a little bit. It doesn't have to be exact, the 5 millimeters. So we're going to go probably about, I would say maybe about around 4. Okay. So that's, I marked it up at 4 millimeters. All right. Let's see, barely like a little scratch in there. Not the first one, but another one that is in here. So there you go. You can see it in there. So now we're going to cut that one off, that length. All right, let me bring this down. Then we're going to get the block again. All right, and we're going to cut that one out at about around 4 millimeters or so. All right, so I'm going to go around it. All right. All right. So that one got caught. All right. So this is what we're looking for right now. All right. We have that. All right. See how that's the one that we need. All right. So most of the times when you cut it, you usually get a little bird on the inside, so you got to take the burn out. And I can use the drill bit, but sometimes I like to use the little ball to kind of take the bird out. Builds up, that's the cutting. So now we're gonna grab this again, and we're gonna go back into it. This is a little challenge to do this kind of stuff, but I mean, you can get it done. I know 3D will give it to you more easier and faster, but it's not the same. It's not the same. It doesn't have the same, even you can paint it, but it still never give you the same realism look. It's close, but not quite realistic. All right. So now that we got that in it, all right. So now we're going to grab the hex, and we're going to put it inside the tubing. This is a little bit of a challenge, but like I said, this is when you get to like really thinking if you really wanted to do this or not. It takes a lot of time, but the satisfaction of knowing that you made it is what gives you. You kind of like it. I mean, I love doing this kind of stuff. I know some people do, some people don't. This is more like hands-on detail kind of stuff. You know, like I said, some people like doing it, some people don't. Some people not even bother to get into it because it's so much work just to be able to achieve it. But when you get it done, That is what makes a difference. All right, so it's in there. The hex already there, so you see the hex already there. All right, let me bring the camera up again so you guys can see. All right, so it's already passed. Let me see, it's already it keeps moving on me. Let's see here. There we go. There. It's already there. It's on center. It's right there on center. It's hard to get the camera to focus because this is some very small stuff. All right. So we got that already there. So now let's see here real quick. The hex already there. You can see it moving. So you see it moving. There's the hex, right? So now that we have the hex, we're gonna put up that on the side, and now we're going to skin the wire, right? This is, the skinning is not the hardest part. Putting the other wire inside is the hardest part. This is going to be the hard part. It's that, like I said, this stuff, it's tricky, but you know, it's one of those things that at least you want to do it once if you're into the detail, of course. I mean, if you like detailed parts and you want to create your own stuff, yeah, this will be perfect for you. I know someone that just love the way it's made, but not into making them themselves because of the challenge that it takes. So you can see right there, the wire is already peeling off. So technically, like I said, all you need is the skin. You cannot use the wire. It'd be nice if the wire would be more stiffer, but it is, unfortunately. So now that we have the skin of the wire, now we can see here if we can bring the camera up there a little bit more. There we go. So now we're going to introduce the pen, and we're going to try to get it inside of it because that's what we're going to use for the stiffness. Going in is pretty easy. Just try to slide it in. That's the hardest part. So usually what I do on stuff like this, I grab a flat plier and hold the pen to kind of make it a lot easier to actually get the skin into it. All right. I mean, you don't need much. There you go. You can kind of see in there that the skin is going into the wire. There you go. See? It's a little challenge, but you get it there. Be very careful at the bottom of the end because remember it's still sharp. I recommend that when you doing this, don't try to press too much in here on the point. Go more toward the front where you have where the skin is already into the wire or into the pen, so you don't get the pinch from this particular part. Okay, so beware of that. The other one would be to grab the point and kind of take a little bit of the point off, and pretty much go from that. So pretty much we have that already there. Another thing that I got to tell you is do not use your regular pliers that you cut the plastics out because it will definitely put a mark on it, on the blade. So use your regular heavy duty cutters, okay, to be able to actually cut into it. So that way you don't get that. If you use your regular plastic cutter, it will dent. It will definitely dent. So now we have the tip in there. That's the tip that we need, with the little explosion right there that exposed the part of the spark plug. All right. So we have the wire inside the pin, and there's the exposed section of the spark plug. All right. So now what we got to do is we got to grab the channel that we created. All right. Let me see here. The channel that we created, and we're going to pass it through all the way to the other side. All right. So now here it goes. There. All right. So now we got it exposed now. All right. So now you figure, okay, how are we going to do it to lock it? Right. So overall, like I told you, the overall length of the spark plug is 0.27. No, my bad. It's let me see here. It's, we said it was 0.0 plug pin 0. Let me see here. 0.26. Yeah, 0.26 is the actual length. So, which that brings it down to, I believe, let me see, I had it wrote down in here so you guys can kind of see it. So 3.56 millimeter on 1/25 scale. All right. So let's see here real quick. Okay, we got it in there. So if you see it in here, it's a little past. It's half in between 3 and 4 millimeters. That's the length, the overall length of the spark plug. All right. So what you need is you need to expose more of the white, which it will be the ceramic of the ceramic of the spark plug. All right, let's see, let's do it with this. It's a little bit much easier here. Kind of small little stuff, and I'm trying to show you guys at the same time to make it more visible. All right, so let's drop it down a little more. There we go. All right, so we have, like I said, it was in between 3 and 4. It's right in the middle. So that's 2. All right. So I think if we do it at 2, I think we're perfect in that. All right. So I'm just gonna grab it with my fingers, and technically what I do to that is I just grab it right there so it can stay, and I can come back with the same cutter, and I'm just gonna compress. So the wire, compress the wire right there. Yep, let me see here, real big right there. We're going to compress that so that way it holds everything in place. When you're doing that, it compresses everything, so everything gets locked in. A lot of stuff, I mean, that compressed part, that mark right there, you won't see it. You're not going to see the mark, right? It will be hiding inside the hole when you put it back into your car, into the model. I mean, let me see here. All right, so you can see the mark in there that I did. That's the compression part that I did to hold everything together. So pretty much that is the whole thing I created in the spark plug. All right, that creates the spark plug. And let's see here real quick. All right. That creates the spark plug right there. All right. See the compressed part right there. That's not going to be visible by the time you put it in there. It's not even going to show. But what it will show would be it's going to show the spark plug. It's going to show the It's going to show the tip, and it's going to show the hex. All right. So now we're going to cut that. Once again, use your regular stainless steel or hard metal cutter. All right. Don't use your regular plastic one because you'll tear it up. All right. So we're going to go all the way to the end, and we're going to nip it right there. All right. Now that we have it there, now I'm going to show you guys what it looks like on the actual engine. This engine is the one that I'm doing for the 1940 Ford sedan delivery that I'm building. All right. So if you're seeing here, I got tunnels already built for the spark plugs, and I'm just doing the exhaust out of copper wire. I mean copper sheet metal. So I'm going to show you guys what I have done here. All right. So the upper holes right there, that's where the spark plugs go. All right. So now we're going to grab the one that we just finished up right now, and we're going to introduce it on one of the holes in there so you guys can see the way it works. All right. See that? There we go. So there, it's inside now. You see it? Let's see if I can get the. There we go. There we go. You can see it in there. It's a little hard to go too fast on it. There we go. There we go. Sometimes it catches it. Sometimes it brings it down. There we go. Now you see it. You can cut the bottom a little bit more, so it doesn't show too much of the back. It's one of those things you have to adjust it because it's very difficult just to actually get the right length that you need. It's not as easy. It's not as easy as it seems. But you try your best to actually get it done right. So it's not that easy to do. All right. So now we're going to do this again. Let's see here, quick. Okay. I put a bend on it, so gotta kind of open it up a little bit more. I think I flooded up too much. Let's see here. Yeah, I think I flooded up too much. Yeah. Fold. There you go. Not too much. There you go. The way you can see it. Now I went in a little bit more deeper because I took portion off of it out. All right. So that's pretty much how you make a spark plug on a 4A 1/25 scale model card. All right. So that's pretty much it on that. That's how you make the spark plug for that particular model. All right. So you see it in there. Expose it one more time. There we go. It's very cool. Look at that. It's amazing that it just a little. It takes a lot of challenge to be able to produce it. But like I said, if you're one of those that likes to create a lot of stuff unique, this will be for you. And those are the ones that don't, but at least you know how it's created. I know there's several companies up there that make them out of aluminum. I don't know if they're actually accurate on the scale. I know this one is accurate on the scale. The measurement that I gave you guys is accurate on the scale. It's a 3.56 millimeters long overall on the actual spark plug, live spark plug 1-to-1. So, you know, pretty much that's what that is on that. Please follow us on Facebook, here in Instagram, or here in YouTube or Facebook. Please like, comment, subscribe for more future videos. And I got several other things that I would like to show all of you how to do, or at least my version how to do them. So you can choose to do it yourself, or you know, just learn how to actually how it's done. You know what I mean? How can you get it? How can you achieve it? Or how can you get it done? It's nice. I mean, I like to learn new stuff every time you can. I mean, it doesn't hurt you to learn something different. Maybe you know how to do it, or maybe you're just learning how to do it now. You know what I mean? So it's one of those deals that, you know, you can learn it. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. But it will definitely it's not going to hurt you learning this. All right? So that's pretty much it. All right? So I'll see you guys next time. And I will come up with some other stuff, some other new stuff to make. Have fun. Thank you for sticking by. And like I said, comment, like, subscribe in YouTube. Let me know. I would like to know, you know, what everybody thinks. If there's something they're interested on, or maybe not. I mean, I don't know. I'm just creating content to you know, to teach several people how to do things. Like I said, I like this. It's something that I always wanted to do before. Unfortunately, back then, you know, we didn't have the technology, or, you know, the equipment that we have nowadays. Back then, it was a little bit more like hands-on caveman style. Now with all these new tools and all these abilities to do a lot of stuff. I mean, I did use a lot of the jeweler's tools, so I did have the tools, but not too much the technology that is available now. So, like I said, like, comment, like, subscribe, follow us on YouTube to check out more of this product. All right. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye now.